And here now, we cleared the first area with very little issue. Nobody got down. Nobody took a significant amount of damage. And now I'm just looking at my skill points, seeing what I need to upgrade. And I'll go for Engineer because I need to get Engineer maxed up next. I got my Sentry taken care of. I need to get Engineer maxed. And that is what I'm going for next is Engineer. I think in retrospect, I should have done this better. And I should have gone Engineer first, then Sentry Gun, because I would have had Sentry Max by the third area. And I really don't need the maximum Sentry Firepower in the second area as much as I need it in the third area. And right here I derped and I was like, who got the drill? Who got the drill? And I forgot that I was the engineer and I'm the one supposed to get the drill. And my boy Leo was like, I got you, buddy. And then I was like, no, give me the drill. Give me. And so I go get my drill as my engineer, buddy, and go and do stuff. Yeah. What's the night? Oh, man, I made a big oops at the beginning, guys. I apologize. Night Ranger was running Feral. He was running Feral Instincts for us the whole time, and Leo was running Armor with me. Either way, you want to have two armor guys. You always want to have two armor guys. That's what you want to have. If you don't have two armor guys, you're screwed. And for these accuracy challenges, what I recommend to do is to shoot one shot and then knife the rest of the time, because you do that and then you will guarantee yourself the challenge. And clearly here we failed this challenge miserably. I'm not quite sure why we failed this so bad. I guess we just said screw it because we were too far in and we didn't think we could knife. I'm not quite sure. But I have a gold vector here, and you will see me have a little bit of a rage moment later on with this golden vector, as it looks like some mustardo, man. It looks like some absolute mustardo. It's terrible. I don't know what the hell they did. Like, look at this vector. I have a thermal hybrid sight. I have a muzzle brake. I have rapid fire. I'm like, yeah, buddy. I've got me a nice gun for the end of the game, and then shit happens, and I get very frustrated later on. But nonetheless, we're at the second area. We're just trying to get through these hives. I mean, the first 5, 6 hives, no problem. Like I said, the last hive on the first area is probably the hardest hive at the very beginning, and that's just the way it is. It's just tougher. It's just straight up tougher, and you need to get the right setup, get the right team, and get some sentry guns down, and you'll be good to go. But otherwise, you're not going to make it through. You're not going to go, and you're not going to be successful in this game mode doing, not having the right setup. If you have no medics, you will fail. That is a fact. 2 medics is always better than 1. That is a definite fact. You want to have the engineer, though. Personally, I think you could swap them out, and you want to make sure you have the diversity in special equipment. I don't recommend using Gambler ever, because Gambler, yes, it does give you a random supply drop on the 3rd slot, but if you're in a pinch and you need armor and you drop Gambler and you get explosive rounds, well, you're screwed, right? And plus you already have explosive rounds, you already have them upgraded, and at the end of the day, it's not a viable choice, in my opinion. It's like a fun little gimmicky thing you could do, if you want to have some fun, and, just kind of make it a bit more challenging for yourself or something. Maybe not do any medics. I don't know, not do any engineers. I don't know, not do any sentries. Though, personally, I'd rather just clear it. I'd honestly rather just clear it than worry about, handicapping myself. I'm not good enough at this mode yet to say, hey, I can handicap myself and actually be successful. In all honesty, I think the mode kind of cheats you later on, because it gets to the point where it's kind of like you will get screwed unless you know what you're doing. But nonetheless, Extinction Mode, in my opinion, is a much better, more fun game type than Zombies, because you have an objective. It feels and plays just like Left 4 Dead does, and I love it. It has the highlighting and all that, and you can see me not give a fuck about this alien attacking me. I'm much like, yeah, I'm getting my drill. I'm gonna go set up the next hive. I believe we're on what? We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on hive number 6 at this point. There is 12 hives, apparently. I haven't counted them myself, but apparently there is, in fact, 12 hives you have to get through. We're on hive number 6. After this, we have one more in this area, and then we have the barrier hive, which is the hardest hive, in my opinion, in the whole entire session, is this second barrier hive, because the helicopter's a dumbass and just evades all the time, and I'm simply like, what? Why are you evading? Why are you evading when we shot all the scorpions? And then it takes forever to come back. You get more waves of aliens. And I believe if you take too long to complete a hive, rhinos will start to appear. There is some occasions on this where they are purposefully spawned just to, kind of throw a curveball at you and whatnot. But at some occasions, they will spawn just because you're taking too long. The game isn't like, haha, you could have a nice little bit of downtime. Nope, you can't. Can't at all. You can't have any downtime. You gotta go and you gotta play, and you gotta go ham and get lucky. And you'll notice that I use my pistol more than anything in this, and in fact, I don't actually pick up another gun outside the Vector. I have a little mistake happen with the Vector later on, but the Vector is my primary gun. I use the whole entire time. Do not use anything else. That's just the way it is the whole entire session. And the reason I keep holding on to this SoFlam laser detonator is because, like I said before, you can hurt barrier hives. You can shoot them and do damage to them. And the SoFlam takes away a good chunk of damage from, or a good chunk of health from the barrier hive. And what I do is I shoot all 3 rockets at the barrier hive. That way I do a lot of damage to it so we can get through this faster, because frankly, it's just a pain in the ass. Those barrier hives are just a pain in the ass. And those are the moments in this game that are designed to let you fail. The only other time it's designed to let you fail is escaping, because at certain points you are forced to fight the aliens that are chasing you, and that generally means that you're getting outnumbered by a fuck ton of very challenging enemies. And what you guys just saw fall down from the sky is what is a meteor. And the problem with meteors is they send out explosive little fuckers, and those bitches, man, they're clingy. They're clingy, okay? They're clingy. They straight up clingy, and they run at you and explode. And you'll see continuously from this point on, every time I find a trap, I spend the 500, the 750, whatever on it, activating all of them. I think on the barrier hive, I activate every trap at least twice, just because the aliens spawn, they run over those traps, and you want to have those traps set and sprung. That way, you have the least amount of resistance to deal with. Keep your health and armor up as much as possible, and then you'll be successful. That's really all I can say. Now, the last thing I want to say about the left slot, the left spot in your loadout where I have a grenade launcher. I honestly don't think this slot matters. I think you can use whatever fits your fancy in this slot, because frankly, I haven't found any better or worse item to use in this category. I believe the grenade launcher turret and the controllable sentry are under this, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. And right there is where I fail and rage my ass off. I'm like, why the hell did I get this bulldog? And the reason I got this bulldog is because I wanted to get the feral instincts, and I went over to the bulldog and hit buy. And that bothered me so bad, and I was like, shit, if we fail now because I now lost my Vector and I have to go all the way back and get it back because I don't want the damn shotgun, because the shotgun is useless, okay? The shotgun is useless. Maybe to you guys, maybe it's good, but for me, I want my full auto guns. I want to, be able to get my full autos and just spray a whole clip, reload, spray a whole clip, reload, spray a whole clip, reload, and now I go through the rest of this level with 0 attachments on this Vector. 0. But we still managed to be successful and finish this and win, despite the failure at weaponry. This leads me to believe that weapons don't really matter in this. You can win with just about any weapon. I'd recommend the LMG only if you have sleight of hand or boosters constantly, because the reload time on that thing is ridiculous. I would personally go for an SMG like I did in this run, simply because I'm playing engineer instead of weapon specialist, and so I don't have that sleight of hand. I only have boosters if my friends give me boosters, and I just don't want to worry about going down because I have to reload my damn LMG and I'm getting bomb rushed. Otherwise, the LMG is a very, 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 very useful weapon to use in this, because it just has so many bullets in a clip. It can take out so many hostiles in a clip. And right here, our drill got damaged because we kind of weren't paying attention. I had to go back, get my Vector, but I have engineer. I have it upgraded to the point where I repair the drill faster. I just said cover me. My teammates cover me. I lost most of my armor, but you know what? I don't really care. That's all I lost, and we got our drill back up to 100 health, and that helped us out, because if that drill goes to 0, you guys lose, and you don't want to lose. You just want to keep going, keep plugging and chugging, keep getting those boosters. Basically, the idea is help each other out. You want a team of 4 or team of 2 or whatever you want to do. You want to make sure that loadout is set up in such a way that you have full armor as much of the time as possible, have full ammo as much of the time as possible, have feral instincts as much of the time as possible. Boosters really is the only thing that I feel like you could go without and be successful in this mode. Boosters helps a lot, but Feral Instincts is the most important because it gives you a speed boost that you will need to escape and outrun rhinos at the end of the game that kind of can throw it off and kind of, screw you over. But here, where are we at? We're at Hive number 7. Hive number 7 is almost down, and you saw earlier that my teammates were putting money into the attack helicopter to get an attack helicopter. That also helps too. In the second and third area, you want to get at least one attack helicopter. I would wait till the hive right before the barrier to call the attack helicopter on the first area. Second area, it really does not matter. You want that support though, as much and as soon as possible, just to help you out. And right here, I'm gonna max out engineer, I believe. I'm gonna at least get it to the next level. I might not max it out, yeah, because I'm gonna take 2 skill points here to level it up one more time. Can't max it out quite yet, so I don't get that bigger wallet. But I have everything else that I need for that engineer at the moment. I get the bigger wallet later on, because at a certain point, really all you need to max out is you need to have one person with max armor, one person with max ammo, one person with max feral instincts, and then you want to have as many people as possible with max sentry gun. I notice the left selection slot is the least useful out of all of them. It can come in handy if you need to get rid of some money fast. You can buy a $2,000 grenade launcher, put some damage on the Perry Hive. That's what I do a couple of times. First, I use my SoFlam, and what am I doing knifing? I don't know why I was knifing there, but first you want to use the SoFlam. If you have one, you want to save those for the barrier. You don't want to use them in any other situation. You want to save those for the second barrier hive and just use them on there. After the second barrier hive, you don't need the SoFlam anymore. It can be useful on the escape if you don't have sentry gun, but sentry gun I think is a must to have. And right now we're just waiting for the helicopter to come. He got here. He's ready to go in. I just waited with my SoFlam, calling that in. Just calling it in. I take away a good decent amount of its health right away, just straight off the bat with the 3 rockets. Then I go around and activate every single trap because I know we're about to get hoarded completely. And we need to get that horde taken care of in order to be successful because we don't want to get overrun. We don't want people to go down. I believe this is the first time somebody goes down on our team, but we have 2 medics, and both medics have some upgraded medic perks. So we get that health regeneration. We get that quick revive. And that is the key thing, because when somebody goes down, that's really when you can lose, when somebody goes down. Not one person, or not 2 people, not 3 people go down. It's not where you lose. You lose when you get one person down. If your whole team isn't up the whole time, you're screwed. You will lose. There is no question in my mind that you will lose that. You'll see me right now. I'm just going around, going to every single trap box I know of on this level and buying it. Even the ones that don't seem very useful, I buy them anyways, because maybe the aliens take that path and run through them. That's fine with me. Plus, I get money every trap that they run over. I get a little bit of money for the damage I do, and so that helps out. Give us the ability to win this round, clutch it out, and we just sit back. And now we're just straight up going in, just waiting for the helicopter to attack and kill the aliens and move on to the next area. Unfortunately, I think this is the longest section of the entire run because this motherfucker, man, he is such a pussy in that helicopter. First of all, he can't fly us to the damn, crater to set off the nuke. No, we gotta walk there in this infestation. We can't just get, airdropped in Navy SEAL style and whatnot. But no, we gotta go through. We gotta buy shit because apparently it costs money to pick up guns off the ground. And yeah, I don't want to question the logic because this mode has no logic, okay? You have aliens, you have hives, you're destroying hives of aliens, and the aliens are not spawning from the hives, and you have meteors falling from the sky, selecting certain ones. I don't think they really know too much about biology up in good old Activision Studios, where they make these games, because these aliens don't seem to give a fuck about biology. They kind of give a big middle finger to Darwinism, and they're like, fuck you! And right here, I buy a grenade launcher because I got enough money. I'm just going to get some damage on this because this motherfucker is evading. He came back now, but, you don't want to get as much damage in that hive as possible. If it's a little bit of a lull, that's what you want to do. You want to get that damage into the hive and just all out go ham, taro, on the hive, get damage as much as possible, because while he's evading is the chance he will go down the most is when he's evading. You wanna make sure that while he's evading, you want to put some damage into the hive. You want to kill as many aliens as possible. Excuse me. And you want to go in. You want to get them feral instincts. You want to get them boosters. You want to get that fence. This fence right here is the most important one to get, because as you see, the meteor landed right outside, and all the little fucking seeker bitches that like to be all clingy and shit like to come over that fence, and this electric fence kills them all. So got no problem with that. So you wanna make sure you have as many traps as possible active at any given time. You wanna make sure you aim for the scorpions as much as possible. You wanna put as much damage in the hive as possible, because really, it's all about the clutch timing. It really is. It's what it's about. It's about the clutch timing. You want to be clutch. You want to prevent the helicopter from evading as much as possible, because the more time you spend, the less likely you are to survive. And so you want to get through every facet of the game really as quick as possible. The only exception being the first area, because the first area is kind of generous and it's like easing you into the process of, hey, this is Extinction. This is what you do to play. Yeah. And then the second area was kind of like, it's a bit tough for now. And then when you get to the barrier hive, it's like, hey, you want to lose now? Yeah, I know you want to lose. And the one of the biggest things I will say to you guys, while I'm kind of like narrating, kind of giving you my 2 cents on this mode, is that you want to have teamwork. You want to make sure the people you're playing with have headsets. You want to make sure they know what they're doing. You want to talk about a game setup before you start playing, because frankly, this is a co-op game mode. You need to communicate. Zombies, you don't need that much communication. You just need to know what a train is. You need to know what weapons are the most effective. You need to know where to train, and you're good to go. That's really more of an individual kind of thing. You don't need your teammates to be around helping you all the time in zombies. If you can just get to an area where you can make a train, you can take care of it all yourself. You know, it's no big deal. But in Extinction, you gotta communicate. You gotta be like, I'm about to go down. I need some armor. I'm low on ammo. I need some ammo. Can you drop out some ferals? Hey, we need some sentry guns over here, or something like that. You need to constantly be saying, teammates, this is what we need to do. You know, see me pull out the grenade launcher again and waste it. This is really the only use I find for the grenade launcher in the whole level, is the barrier hives, and really it isn't really that useful at all. So in all honesty, use whatever fits your fancy in that left slot, because grenade launcher really is useless. I went to get, I believe the Griffin is the last thing I get in that slot. I might try that out, but probably not, because the control streaks, they leave you vulnerable on the ground to aliens, and since the aliens are AI, they know where you are and they fuck you up, and it's not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. Trinity rockets are kind of cool in this, but they ended up getting me down one time. I kind of called in some to clear out an area, and then I come out of them, and I'm dead, and I'm like, what the hell? Why am I down? Why am I down? Why? Oh, guys, this is the most boring part for everybody to watch, for me to commentate over, because this part just straight up takes forever. I don't know how long we've been going in this section of this video. I think it's probably been at least 10 minutes at this point. Because each hive individually doesn't take nearly as long as the barriers. And it's all about that engaged helicopter, and it just, if he's a pussy and is evading, it's just not gonna happen, and it just takes forever. But you want the feral instincts as much as possible. You get the wall hacks, you know where the aliens are, and you can kill them. Whew, I'm a bit tired, man. Been commentating for 30 minutes straight now, and it's just, gets you after a while. Gets you after a while, and it's just not exactly the greatest of things to commentate this long in a row, because first of all, you run out of topics. You know, you run out of stuff to talk about. Like right now, we're just taking out the hive. There's nothing special about this. I've already explained to you guys. You gotta work together. You gotta get the upgrades. You gotta get traps. You know. But it just, there's nothing else special we're doing here. We're not really doing anything special. I'm just shooting aliens, getting traps. My teammates are throwing down equipment. I'm throwing down equipment. I'm using grenade launchers. Blah blah blah. You've seen it all before. You've heard it all before. But I will make it clear to you guys that when it comes to traps, you want your engineer to activate them, because your engineer will get you money, and you need to have max money for the escape, because you never know what's going to happen on the escape route, and you need to just survive. You need to have as much money as possible. You want your engineer to get that money by getting trap kills, and otherwise you'll just be fine. And I think at one point in here, one of the guys, I think Leo was like, "Hey, you trap me behind the fire," because that fire trap over there can kind of get you stuck, and you have to kind of run through it otherwise. And I kept activating it because we need it. We straight up need the trap. It just helps a lot, and we finally break through this barrier hive after 87 years.